So Sarkisian was brought up, Quinn Ewers. This has worked out exactly like we thought it would, Chad.
Yep.
The moment he invented week to week as a description for Texas injured players, we knew that things would be good when he starts talking about them as day to day instead of week to week. That's exactly what Steve Sarkisian did. We mentioned on Friday, coming out of the War Room Thursday night on orangebloods.com, that Quinn Ewers had started to throw the ball around a little bit last week. And I think Quinn Ewers is playing on Saturday. I don't know how effective he's going to be. You know, the way Sarkisian described where they are at kind of sounds like it's up to Quinn, because it's going to be about how functional are you with both the discomfort you're in and, like, is your body healed? But we heard late last week on Orange Bloods sources telling us that there's an urgency. Again, this also in the War Room. There's an urgency to get onto the field. So I think we're going to see Quinn Ewers on Saturday, but officially it's probably 50-50. Like, as I was thinking about things I wish people would ask Sark, I do wish somebody had dared to play the, can you speculate on percentages, right? Hey, right, coach, it sounds like it might be 50-50. Do you agree? I wish someone had tried to pigeonhole him into a, yes, it feels like 50-50. I just want to hear some odds. Right.
Because nobody asked today, if he's day to day, if the game occurred tonight at 6:30.
Exactly.
Who's your guy? Nobody asked it that way either.
Kind of hated the questions. I don't even know if Anwar got a question in today.
I didn't hear him.
I wondered if they punished Anwar. I don't know why. Maybe his information on Ewers. You know what? He was throwing the football, and he does want to get back on the field. No question for you. No soup. It's also possible that Anwar did get a question in, and Anwar may be able to jump into the chat, because sometimes he'll be up at Belmont waiting for, like, Quinn Ewers to come speak. Oh, see, Benji says Anwar got 2 questions. Do you know why we missed Anwar's 2 questions?
Oh, because they were at the end when we had to get in on the show.
Because Sark showed up late.
Yeah. Okay.
For a press conference that was already scheduled at 11:30, because he kept being late for those. I give up. Sark can't ever get mad at any of us for tardiness. Ever.
No.
If any reporter ever shows up for a function and he gives them even so much as a side eye, you need to be like, girl, you were late for about 25 straight media events. You need to just sit down and let me be tardy. But I do think Quinn Ewers is going to play. That's, man, if you were gun to my head, mortgage payment, what do I think happens on Saturday against TCU? I think there is a yearning from both sides, player and coaching staff, for Quinn Ewers to get back out on the field. Steve Sarkisian, very protective of Malik Murphy, which is natural. Like, he's a former quarterback. He's the head coach. He oversees the offense. Malik Murphy is a reflection of him to a large degree. He really, I think, patted Malik Murphy on the back for what he's been able to do the last 2 weeks. But as this team gets ready to go to the road and play tricky games, I mean, they should beat TCU. They should beat Iowa State. But there have been probably years where they probably also should have beaten TCU, and TCU slapped them upside the head by 40. So you got to put respect on the opponent's name this week. I thought Sarkisian did and tried to build up TCU. They suck. They're really not that good. They look like a 5-7 or 6-6 type of team. So let's not get too carried away. But the Longhorns have allowed themselves to get into games, have allowed games to be closer than they need to be for much of the last month. So it's kind of hard to just show up and say, well, they're just going to blow TCU out. Regardless of who plays at the quarterback position. They didn't do it against Houston. It really didn't happen until late against BYU. I mean, keep in mind, that was a take the special teams touchdown away, and it's a 14-6 game. going into the fourth quarter. And then last week is what it is, a really good opponent and a really good game broke out. But Texas goes up really big early on and then doesn't play a real good brand of football for a lot of the final three quarters. So there's a lot going on with this Texas team, a lot surrounding the stakes, the implications of every game. They are now above, Chad. They've risen above the pile